At just 23, Sanders has transcended the gridiron, morphing from a fifth-round draft pick into a cultural and commercial juggernaut. His meteoric rise, fueled by a jaw-dropping $250 million Nike deal and a business empire spanning apparel, barbecue, sauce, and major endorsements, has turned heads from Cleveland to corporate boardrooms. But this isn't a story of flash and fame alone. Behind the glitz, Sanders stands firm on a foundation of business savvy, community commitment, and a relentless drive to prove his doubters wrong. As the Cleveland Browns weigh his potential as their future quarterback, Sanders is already reshaping the franchise and the very landscape of sports into something far bigger than football. It all started before he even threw a single NFL pass. Shedeur Sanders, the son of NFL legend Deion Sanders, walked into the league with a chip on his shoulder and a vision far beyond the field. While critics panned his college tape, pointing to a shaky offensive line and lackluster run game, Sanders saw opportunity where others saw obstacles. His pinpoint accuracy and poise against top-tier defenses in college hinted at untapped potential, but it was his off-field hustle that set him apart. Over a year ago, Sanders inked a groundbreaking $125 million deal with Nike, a contract unprecedented for a player yet to step foot in an NFL game. When he hit the field for his first preseason snap in 2025, Nike activated an active player clause, doubling the deal to a staggering $250 million over 4 years. Add to that 50% control over his jersey sales, $15 million in revenue before even starting, and Sanders became the highest-paid rookie in NFL history. The fifth-round pick had out-earned top prospects like Cam Ward and Travis Hunter, defying draft day snubs with a brand that screamed superstar. Sanders' business acumen didn't stop at Nike. With the same precision he brings to the pocket, he built a portfolio that reads like a mogul's playbook, an apparel line, a barbecue sauce brand, an EA Sports endorsement, and a $75 million annual deal with Tom Brady's brand. "Sports is a business," Sanders declared, decked out in Nike gear, his voice steady with conviction. "You gotta produce, or what are you around for?" This wasn't bravado. It was a manifesto. Sanders understood that talent alone wouldn't secure his legacy. He needed to dominate the market as fiercely as he aimed to dominate defenses. His father, Deion, introduced a game-changing concept called prime equity, a clause that gave Sanders full control over his image rights. Unlike most athletes who cede those rights to teams for a cut of the profits, Sanders could negotiate endorsements, appearances, and partnerships on his terms. The result? A financial empire that's rewriting the rookie market with jersey sales alone, shattering records and leaving analysts stunned. But Sanders' story isn't just about dollars and deals. Beneath the headlines lies a deeper purpose, a commitment to using his platform for good. When the Rainbow Apartment fire tragedy struck, Sanders didn't just write a check. He left the prestigious ESP Awards, where sports' biggest names glittered, under bright lights, to stand with victims in their darkest hour. "Sending money isn't enough," he said. "I had to be there, help them, cheer them up." His presence, offering emotional support alongside financial aid, showed a maturity beyond his years. This wasn't performative charity, it was personal. Sanders dedicates a significant chunk of his earnings to community initiatives, proving that his wealth is a tool for impact, not just status. His actions resonate in Cleveland, where fans see not just a quarterback, but a figure who could galvanize a city desperate for hope after years of gridiron heartbreak. On the field, Sanders is proving he's no flash in the pan. Despite a rocky college career hampered by a weak offensive line, he showed flashes of brilliance, accuracy, poise, and a knack for clutch plays against elite teams. Those traits carried into the Browns' training camp, where he's outshined Dillon Gabriel in the race for the QB2 spot. General manager Andrew Berry, a staunch believer from day one, made waves by cutting the entire offensive line that failed. Sanders, in his preseason debut, it was a ruthless move, a signal that Berry would not let his young star flounder behind inadequate protection. Kevin Stefanski, once a skeptic, has shifted gears, pledging to nurture Sanders' growth despite earlier criticisms. Analysts like Nick Wright and Mike Tannenbaum point to Sanders' 6'2" frame and steady camp performance as reasons he's the natural successor to Joe Flacco, whose 40-year-old arm can't carry the Browns forever. Dillon Gabriel, at 5'11", faces questions about his NFL viability, with his height in the 3rd percentile for quarterbacks. "Shedeur's the complete package," Wright said. "Gabriel's talented, but size matters. The stakes couldn't be higher. Stefanski's job hangs in the balance, with TJ Houshmandzadeh warning that sidelining Sanders could land the coach on the hot seat. The Browns' front office sees Sanders as more than a player. He's a marketing juggernaut who could transform the franchise's fortunes. His presence promises not just wins, but a tidal wave of fan excitement, media buzz, and revenue from sold-out stadiums and soaring jersey sales. Reports suggest the team is pushing to make Sanders the starter, even over Gabriel, recognizing the PR goldmine he represents. With his image rights secured, Sanders holds leverage to negotiate not just for a bigger contract, but for more snaps, a rare position for a rookie. The better he plays, the more valuable he becomes, and Cleveland knows it. Owners are taking notice, whispering that Sanders could be the face of a new Browns era, turning a perennial underdog into a cultural and commercial powerhouse. The combat sports world, meanwhile, offers its own chaos. The Raja Jackson scandal continues to ripple, a dark cloud over MMA and wrestling. On August 23, 2025, Jackson, son of UFC legend Quinton Jackson, brutally attacked wrestler Stuart "Psycho Stu" Smith at a Knox Pro Wrestling event, landing over 20 punches on an unconscious opponent. The live-streamed assault, sparked by a backstage stunt, left Smith with severe injuries and prompted WWE to cut ties with Knox Pro. Allegations of a promoter-orchestrated setup and a cover-up have emerged, with Rampage facing racist backlash, and Raja showing no remorse. Legal consequences loom, with felony battery charges carrying up to 4 years in prison. In boxing, the Canelo-Alvarez-Terence Crawford clash on September 13th has fans buzzing, with Gennady Golovkin questioning Canelo's power and Crawford's camp touting his strategic edge. UFC's upcoming cards, UFC 322 and 321, promise fireworks with title fights and the Ilia Topuria debate keeping the MMA world on edge. Shedeur Sanders stands at the crossroads of sports and stardom, a quarterback whose talent is matched only by his business brilliance and heart for his community. His journey from overlooked draft pick to NFL trailblazer challenges what it means to be an athlete today. Can he seize the Browns' starting role and redefine the franchise? Will his brand continue to break records, setting a new standard for athlete entrepreneurs? And should more stars follow his lead, blending success with social good? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe. We're charging toward 100,000. Stay locked in for more sports and business drama.